Good morning, Comic Con. Welcome back! Okay, folks, if this is the first panel of the day you're joining us for a good one. We have some of the stars of the global phenomenon that is Game of Thrones waiting in the wings. But remember, of course, this is a Monopoly Events Comic Con, which means you are just as much a part of the panel as anyone on stage. We want to get your questions, we want to hear anything you have to put to the panel. So, when we throw over to the audience, if we could please ask, get those hands high in the air, make yourself as visible as possible. There's a lot of you, we don't want to miss out anyone that's got a great question. But once you've asked your question, if you please get it back to the runner, and if you have a question following up, if you can get your hand up as early as possible as the question is winding down, we'll try and get to as many of you as possible. Does that make sense and sound good? Yes. Beautiful. Well, in that case, folks, without further ado, please welcome to the stage Jack Gleason, Dean Charles Chaplin, and Natalia Tanner!
Hello! Hello, everybody.
Hi, everyone! Hi!
Well, first of all, folks, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today. How have you found the convention so far?
Great. It's been wonderful.
Really lovely people, really friendly. Thank you guys for coming.
Amazing.
Very succinct. 10 out of 10.
Well, we'll jump straight into Game of Thrones, because obviously you all had very different journeys through the show. But how did you each kind of come to the project? What was your kind of early kind of contact with it?
Well, yeah, I was cast for the pilot originally that we did, and they gave me a terrible wig actually for the pilot, which they decided to throw in the bin.
Oh wait, so was the pilot different to the first episode that we had?
It was the same script.
Oh, they filmed it twice?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a different director and everything. And like, there were some different cast members as well. Like, there was a different actress who played Daenerys, and yeah, there were a few little changes that happened. So that was the first thing. And obviously, you know, with a pilot episode, you don't know if it's going to get commissioned to actually become the TV show. So that was the first memory I had, really, of being on a Game of Thrones set.
With me, I think I was about 14, and I auditioned for season 3, and I got the part, but it was for a part called Martin Lannister, and it was 1 episode, 2 scenes, and I died. Of course.
Martin? Who is Martin?
Martin's this little guy, technically Tommen's cousin, somewhere down the line, and I got stabbed. And I remember George R. Martin was there that day, and I sort of had a chat to George and David and Dan, the 2 showrunners, and I guess they were sort of eyeing me up for Tommen without telling me. And then 6 months later, I got the call that they wanted me back for Tommen. So then, yeah, very lucky.
Yeah, I just, you know, I had an audition and I didn't really know anything about this. I hadn't read the books, and they were like some wordling, and so I came in, like, she's meant to be handcuffed, so I found some handcuffs, and I was at a festival, I took loads of like the decor from the festival, so I was wearing just a lot of ivy, and like, she's meant to be wild, but I think she's like a panther, raccoon, and I think they thought I was a bit mental, but so I got a recall.
Well, I think that works.
Yeah, it works. Just go all out with props.
They were just intimidated by you.
Like,
Better
just
give
give it
the
to
part.
us. Just make it stop.
So the 3 of you, obviously you're here today, but did you interact much during filming, or is it only kind of after you've kind of connected?
I mean, obviously me and Dean did a little bit. I don't know if we had many like chunky scenes together.
We didn't.
No,
he was dead most of my scenes, I think. Yeah.
Which is a shame. And yeah, obviously we.
I don't know. Yeah, I didn't. I
We
kind
lived
of
in
met
different
these guys
universes.
doing conventions. It's the completely opposite the days work filming.
Well, we've got a huge crowd here, so I'm assuming we have questions.
Yes.
We'll go to just middle of the front row.
She's
here.
ready. She's ready.
Questions.
And if we could just pass the microphone along just as quick as we can. And again, once you've asked your question, if you can please get it back, and anyone else to go and get your hands up so we can spot you.
So I just want to ask, it's probably many of us, did you celebrate the death of Joffrey? We did.
Did we celebrate the death?
Did they celebrate the death of Joffrey?
I mean, I didn't, obviously, no.
That's unemployment, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm out of a job. No, I mean, I guess because, I sort of knew that it was coming at some point, so I was able to emotionally prepare myself. I feel like it was it was a good send-off for him. Some people say it wasn't gruesome enough. Yeah, it's pretty gruesome. I mean, he chokes to death. It's pretty bad.
In pain.
In pain, in excruciating pain. Is that not enough for you people? So I didn't celebrate it, but all good things must come to an end, I suppose.
Did you ever face any real-life backlash? Because Joffrey was hated.
Thankfully not, no. I mean, there's a first time for everything, so I don't know if the people of Aberdeen are ready to kind of, jump on me the second I leave, but no. Thankfully, everyone I've met anyway have been only just lovely and very friendly, so appreciate that. Thanks for not attacking me. Thanks.
Right, we've got a question right there. And again, if we can get some hands up so we can see where we're taking the microphone next.
Hello Natalia, hello Dean, hello Jack.
Hi.
My name is Brody. Now, my question is, what was your favourite scene in the show?
As in that we were in or that we watched?
Like, the scene you were in.
So your favourite scene to film?
I like skinning rabbits. I like that one. Because it was, I don't know, like, I'm Spanish and my gran used to, kind of kill rabbits and skin them, and I kind of felt like her ghost was watching me go, well done, you're doing it really well. And it bonded me and Ellie quite a lot because it was quite gruesome. And it was quite a weird day on set, so I quite like that one as an experience.
I think it was Tommen's death for me. To jump out that window and did that all day, so it hurt after the end of the day. It was a rough one.
We suffer for art. I actually think, it was my favourite scene was Joffrey's death as well. That was, I don't know, it was just a great scene, I thought, the Purple Wedding, and have nice memories of being in Dubrovnik. So yeah. Cheers, Brody.
Great question. We've got another question just on the third row there.
You can just throw the microphone back,
And again, folks, if anyone does have a question, if you can keep your hands up so we can get the microphone to you as quickly as we can.
Hi, my name's Jess. I was wondering if you could have been in a different Game of Thrones house, what one would you have picked?
Different house. The Sandlot, the Dawn. Yeah, that's to me that's like Spain. It's warm. It's got great wine. It's got great food. Beaches. Yeah, there.
Salsa dancing. Maybe the Targaryens. I don't know. They're kind of cool, right? Get dragons. Yeah, I'm gonna go for them.
I'm gonna go for Stark. Yeah.
They got wolves. I suppose.
Yeah.
Great answer.
Great question. We've got another hand just in the middle of the row there. And if folk could just help us kind of pass it along. Also, I think that's the first time I've heard Joffrey's death referred to as the Purple Wedding. That's incredible.
Oh yeah, I think that's what it is called in the books. I think, yeah, because he turns purple.
Jack, I loved you in The Sandman, and you're all brilliant in Game of Thrones, obviously. How do you kind of get into that fantasy setting, and how do you kind of immerse yourself in that world?
I mean, it definitely helps being on those productions. You have amazing costumes and the sets are really immersive, and yeah, I think sometimes you can walk on set and so much work has already been done for you as an actor from the production side of things that it's quite easy to immerse yourself and trick your imagination into thinking that it's real. So yeah, it makes your job easy. So thank you to all the designers and the creative crew out there. Appreciate that.
Right, we'll have got a wee question down here, if we just get the mic. And then if good possible, also some hands over this side of the room, we'll come over next.
Hi, I'm Rachel, nice to meet you. So my question is, out of everybody's death, apart from your own, whose did you think was the most gruesome?
The eyes in the face.
That was pretty horrible.
Yeah.
Or the melty head in the first.
Yeah, that one as well.
Melty metal head.
Who else? There's just so many. Those
There's
are
quite a
just
lot. There's quite a few.
Those two, yeah.
Gruesome show. You guys are sick.
Got a question just made. A lot of death questions so far.
Yeah. It's quite
Hi. My question is there a moment, like a moment realised it was going to be as big as it is now?
I don't know. For me, it was more when I went to the premiere of season 3, and it's like it was in the Chinese theatre in LA, and I was like, okay, this is like that's usually when they do films, and the fact they were doing a premiere for a series, I was like, this is what is happening, because it's in those moments that you see everyone like queuing like this, or the conventions, you're like, what is so then.
Yeah, because I suppose when you're on set, you're just in your kind of work mode, and you have no idea how people are going to respond to it, and then you turn up at these premieres or events like these, and you're like, oh, loads of people have watched it, and you can never bank on that. You never know. You can put your heart and soul into something, and for whatever reason, people just don't tune in. So it's a real privilege to entertain so many people.
Dean, any thoughts on the size of the show?
Yeah, I feel like I joined as Tommen in season 4, and I feel like that was a good start point to see, the popularity of the show. Yeah.
Amazing. We've got another question just right here.
Hello again. Sorry guys, this is going to be another death-related question, but let's be honest, in the world of Game of Thrones, there's no such thing as a happy ending, so what was your reaction when George R.R. Martin or the showrunner says, oh, your character's dying, by the way? So because let's be honest, Osha and Tommen deserved better.
Well, I wasn't told, but I was like, when I came back for season 6, and I was like, yes, I've got a job again, I'm back. And then I only had 2 weeks with Yuan, who had already weirdly worked on another show where he'd been my boyfriend, and we had this, like last time I saw him, we'd done this mad sex scene, and then I then go from that to working with him, and they were like, oh, you're only in for 2 weeks? And I was like, right, that means I'm dying. I was like, and then we had this kind of gruesome death scene, so we did the circle of life, me and Yuan.
Were you disappointed when you found that out?
Yeah. Obviously, I was like, I should have killed him. That no one would have seen that coming, like random, wildly coming in and just come back and stab him in the face. That would have been great. Anyway.
I actually found out about Tommen's death a year before we did it, because I interrogated absolutely everybody, and it was the costume designer that told me. But she told me that she was she told me that they were planning on doing a big battle scene where Tommen was going to die. So I was super excited. I thought Tommen was going to redeem himself and be like this big guy.
Tommen was always good.
He was a good guy, but I wanted him to kill someone. It's Game of Thrones. And then obviously they changed that and did the suicide, which actually I think is better. Yeah.
Romantic suicide.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess I was sort of expecting Joffrey's death to happen at some point based on the trajectory of the book, so yeah, it wasn't too much of a shock, which was good, because it's good to see these things coming. You don't want to be too surprised when you just open the script and think, oh, here we go, goodbye everyone, forever.
I think there would have been riots in the street if Joffrey hadn't died at some point.
Yeah.
If he got the happy ending, no one would have been on board with that.
Become a political issue.
And there's another question just right behind you there, and then we'll try and come over to the other side there.
Hello. My question is, who was your favourite actor to film scenes with?
I can't see who you are.
Just very hard to say that. So, who was your favourite actor to film scenes with?
Didn't really like anybody I filmed. No. I got on really well with Rory, who played the Hound. I mean, he was somebody that I probably shared the most scenes with, possibly. So you end up just chatting loads and getting to know each other, and yeah, I actually haven't spoken to him in bloody ages, so.
Give him a bell.
Yeah, give him a bell. Call him right now.
He was lovely. He taught me how to do knots because I bought a boat while I was doing Game of Thrones.
And he's a big boat guy.
He literally was like, he was something about a rabbit, I don't know, put it through the hole, and he's
getting a rabbit.
That's it, I don't know, something rabbit.
Yeah, and he'd make like elderflower wine, and yeah, he's a very kind of crafty dude. So anyway, Rory, if you're listening, please give me a call. I don't know where he's from in Scotland, actually. I don't know what part he hails from.
He should be here. He should actually be here.
I believe Inverness.
Inverness.
Which I only know because I saw him in a pub once.
That's not too far away. Come on, Rory, get your bum down here. Anyway.
I loved Alfie Allen. Alfie Allen's great. And I kind of knew him from when we were younger. So that was really fun that I got to do. Sometimes you're like, oh god, I've got to do a sex scene with some random person. But with him, it was great because it was far hot. It was fun rather than being awkward and weird.
I mean, it's got to be Charles Dance. I only had one scene with him. Yeah,
Charlie.
So great. So fun, and what a great actor.
Amazing. Yeah, I cherish the few scenes I had with him too.
Amazing. I'll leave right down the front row here. We've got another question.
Hi, sorry, it's really nice to see you. If Joffrey had survived the attack at the Purple Wedding, what do you think he would have done to get revenge? Or do you think he would have got revenge?
I mean, God knows what he would have done.
Killed everyone. I mean,
Yeah, probably just killed everyone. Oh yeah.
definitely his uncle.
Yeah, definitely started with the uncle. Yeah, I don't think it would have been good. I think it would have been really, really horrible actually. I don't even want to think about it. Again, these Aberdeen, you guys are sick in the head. But no, thank you for the question.
We have another question from Gandalf, who got our attention by waving a sword in the air.
Yeah, he is.
So that felt important.
Hi Gandalf.
Hi there, guys. Out of curiosity, which actors that you didn't get to work with would you have wanted to work with ahead of everybody else?
Nash.
Yep, everyone here.
Yeah.
Yeah, good old.
Easy peasy.
But also, Lino, I really like her.
Lina?
Because I met her at the read-through, and she was so lovely to me. And I was like, I bet she would have been an absolute joy to work.
You guys are kind of similar in a way. Get
I would have fun with her.
She's very cool. Yeah, there's so many. That's the kind of weird, sad thing about Game of Thrones. There's so many amazing actors that we didn't get to work with. Maybe it was like in the very first scene or the first season, I had like one little exchange with Kit Harington. So it'd be cool to have more scenes with him. He's a nice guy.
Yeah, I don't really know. Again, there's so many. I'm just going to say Daenerys because I want to see a dragon.
There you go.
She was lovely, yeah.
Tick.
Good question, good answers. I believe the microphone has made its way up to the back of the hall. There we go. Red top.
Hi, I was just wondering, how did you guys prepare for the really difficult scenes, like for Joffrey with the arrows and the prostitutes and stuff? That must have been really, really difficult to deal with. So just how did you guys prepare with your difficult scenes?
I mean, that scene, maybe it sounds bad. I didn't find it that hard to film. Like, maybe I'm just like not that sort of imaginative as an actor, but like when you get on set, everything is very artificial, right? You know, the crossbow is clearly kind of fake, and the actresses playing the prostitutes are clearly just actresses, and they're just there having a day's work like you are. So it actually becomes quite normal very quickly, and obviously what you're doing in the scene is quite horrible. And if I was actually there in real life, I would be traumatized, but I don't know, you just put on a different hat and you just kind of accept that this is your job, and I don't get too affected by it, and I hope no one else was on that day. But yeah, it ends up just feeling quite professional, and you're just kind of at work.
A lot of stop-start, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because it's like this, and it's not like theatre where it's that you're in a journey. It's like you stop and then suddenly it's like someone comes and like does your hair and makeup, and you have a little chat.
And there's people having like biscuits and tea, and yeah, it's quite easy to like, for it to be normalized.
Yeah. For me it was like cold, like you guys in Malta? I was in a forest outside of Belfast in December, and like trying to keep that's when I lose my sense of humour, is when I'm really, really cold. Like, and over that whole day, and having to kind of be concentrated and on it when you're like, I can't think. That's when it's hard, like conditions like that.
Yeah.
Did you have to do any kind of special training for those conditions, or was it just kind of...
What was it again?
Did you have to do any kind of like survival training or preparation for the role, or was it just grit your teeth and get on with it?
No, just go with it. Absolutely just go with it, every single time.
The microphone is up the back here, and I think we also have a hand up the back. If we could get the second microphone up to there, we'll spread it out a bit. Yes, sir.
Hey guys, being that both Charles Dance and Natalie Dormer were asked the same question, I was interested on, if you kept up with the show post your death, what you thought of the final season of Game of Thrones.
The season 8. Well, so the first time I saw it, I was really angry. I loved the first 4 episodes, and I was not happy with the last 4. But actually, I rewatched everything again last year. I don't know. So I haven't seen it for maybe 10 years, and I kind of now buy it much more. I think maybe I was just angry that it was ending, to be honest.
Yeah.
First time I was like, no.
Watch the whole thing.
Yeah, the whole thing again. And I was like, okay, yeah, because I think the first time, like, I don't know, I wasn't really watching it, so I was like, I'm in it, you know, I was watching it just out of duty or because I had to, because I was talking about it, and then this time I actually enjoyed it as a spectator.
As a TV show.
I haven't seen the last two. I've heard mixed things. I'm curious.
You haven't found the time?
I haven't found the time.
Yeah. Busy. To be honest, I haven't seen it either. I haven't watched any of Game of Thrones, really. Mostly because when it was on TV, kind of like what you were saying, I don't like watching myself on screen, and I was kind of too in it. It was hard to like give in to the fantasy of it because I kind of was on set and I knew everything was fake. I know it's kind of a stupid thing to say, but anyway, enough time has passed now. I feel like I can just enjoy it as a spectator. So I look forward to watching it. I've heard it's really good things. Yeah.
I've heard good things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, apparently it'll make you very angry the first time, but after that it's quite good.
Yeah.
I believe the microphone is up on this side of the building now. If someone could raise your hand if you've got it.
Hi.
There we go.
I hope you guys are having a good time here. It's not too overwhelming at all. I was just wondering if you could play any character of a different gender, what character would you play?
In Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Tyrion.
That is good. Maybe Cersei. Yeah, you were talking about Lena. Maybe Cersei. Yeah, I mean, her performance was so good. But I'd love to drink all that wine in that sultry way. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Just silently fuming around.
Yeah, just.
I wanted to, for some reason, say Sansa, but she went through so much
Why would
bad
you
stuff.
say Sansa?
I don't know.
Sick in the head.
But I just love Sansa, so I'm going to say Sansa.
She's a good character. Okay. Respect. Justice for Sansa.
That's great. Does someone have the mic over here? Right up the back of the hall.
What's the hardest scene you've had to film?
Maybe it was the scene where Joffrey's dead on the plinth, and Cersei and, well, Nikolai, yeah. What is yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Getting sexy.
But that was because all I had to do all day was just like have my eyes closed, but then, you know, I'd kind of fall asleep, and then I'd wake up, but like the camera would be rolling and I'd sort of jolt awake, you know, so it took a lot of energy to stay focused on that day.
It's actually, the thing is, like, I've done death scenes, and when you do them, you're like, I don't know, sometimes you get this vertigo because you're like, I could fuck this up if I just move.
Yeah.
Like, especially on stage, I had to spend a whole scene like dead, and I was like, that's when I started getting panicky.
Yeah.
Like, I could ruin it. I could just ruin it right now.
You could just go like that.
You get like that with.
Yeah. So being dead, it's hard.
I'd say the death scene, just because, yeah, it's so physical. And I actually was, you know, hitting my face when I landed.
How far were you falling?
It was quite a drop. It actually was. It was probably bigger than it should have been, to be honest.
It didn't need to be that
big.
big.
It didn't actually need to be realistic
just
at
trying to
all, but
punish
it
you.
actually was. Yeah, you know, you stand up on the window and then, you know, I fall into this big crash mat, this big blue mat that's stacked on top of cardboard boxes. And but because the way the camera was, I had to turn my face the last second, so it didn't look like I was turning my face as soon as I dropped. So I found myself actually just face planting this mat.
Was that hard then, like to not flinch or to like not?
Yeah, totally. It took ages.
Yeah,
it took ages. It was good times.
Yeah, actually, my death scene was really hard because I had to get up really early, so they put like a prosthetic on where the blood shoots out, and that had been on all day, so it was like, a bit delicate. And then they were like, look, we only get 3 goes at this because of the blood spurting, and I suddenly was like, fuck, because if I got it wrong, like there were 2 or 3 cameras, they were really trying to get it in one go, and I had to kill him, but then I had to fall back and throw the blood that way, and then I had to land with the camera, and it was very technical, and I was like, if I ruin this, we're gonna have to start all this again, and everyone is gonna hate me. So that was there was a lot of pressure that day.
Yeah.
Right, I believe the microphone is up the back on the left-hand side here, and there is a gentleman over this side who's had his hand up very patiently the entire panel. If we could try and get the microphone to him. Yes, sir.
I've never watched Game of Thrones. Is it worth it to watch it?
Yeah, absolutely.
I have no idea.
I honestly, when it's winter and everything is awful, and you're just like, I just stay indoors. Honestly, I maybe start in like November, December, Have a little break for Christmas movies and carry on in January.
Wild question to ask the cast.
Yeah. He's travelled 3 hours to come here.
And then over this side, sir.
Hi guys, nice to see you. Hope you're having a good day. Really my question is, it's not the best question if you haven't seen the ending, but who do you think should have sat on the Iron Throne at the end?
I think Jon Snow and Dragon Lady should have just got married, got over the slight incest, and had a wonderful, lovely story with love. You know, if she hadn't been rejected, I think everything would have been different.
That's beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
No. Now you know the ending. Yeah.
Yeah. Spoiler.
Yes, sir. You've been unbelievably patient.
Thank you. This goes for Dean Charles. How did you feel? Well, first I'll say is you did an excellent job, and your character was the polar opposite of Joffrey, and it was all about his corruption and that at the beginning and how people were trying to influence him. But how did it feel to come in and do your character after Jack had been the king as Joffrey? What was that experience like?
Big boots to fill. Big boots to fill.
Oh yeah. Because you wore the same boots.
We wore the exact same boots. The crown is actually surprisingly uncomfortable.
Did you? Well, all jokes aside, was it the same crown?
I don't think it was.
I wore. Yeah, because my one didn't fit me.
Maybe it was.
My one didn't fit me at all. It looks like the same one,
Does it?
but
It probably
I
was.
hope they gave you one that fitted you better, because mine one didn't fit
Well,
me.
mine had to be clipped into my head.
Me
Yours?
too.
Yeah.
Me too.
It hurts.
It was crap.
Hurts after a long day.
Yeah.
But beside the pain, it was great. I loved it. Yeah. I've got very fond memories. I remember at the time I always used to wish that Tommen did other things in terms of the writing. I always wanted more for the character, but again, it's that poetic journey of the character that I actually look fondly upon now. So yeah.
And it's fun sitting on the throne.
Yeah, which is again uncomfortable.
Oh guys, come on.
I don't know why.
It's tough being an actor.
Just get a cushion. Just get a cushion. What's the problem?
Look, heavy is the head.
Yeah, heavy is the head.
We've got a question over the right here, red tie.
How you doing, guys? Welcome to Scotland. Sorry to stick with the morbidity of death, but obviously as fans, the death of Hordor really impacted the fans. Was there a character death that impacted the cast and crew as much?
For me, it was my death. I don't want to die.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess you're all in your different storylines, aren't you?
Yeah.
So,
I was really upset when Una died, just in terms of like the story, like the start,
That was
the red
horrible.
wedding. I didn't want her to die.
No,
and
that
she's
was
amazing.
That's very sad.
I remember people were gutted that you were going.
Really?
Yeah. I remember people were gutted.
Show, went downhill.
I think we've got the microphone over there. Folks, this is probably the second last question, so if you do have one, try and get your hands up high and we'll get the microphone to you.
I have a question for Jack. If Joffrey had survived, how do you think he would have reacted to the White Walkers?
Ooh, I mean, probably not very sensibly.
Do you think he would have believed them?
It's hard to know, because I mean...
Would he have wanted to catch one? To like have as a pet?
He probably would have just done something really... Yeah, he would have strategically, made the wrong decision. Yeah, whatever that means. So yeah, it's good that they stayed apart, I think. Yeah, better for everyone. What do you think would have happened?
I don't know. He ran away from the Battle of Blackwater.
He had other things to do, but
Yeah. But
he was busy that night.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe. Would he have gone with Jamie to the Long Night fight, maybe?
Yeah, maybe just, watched from afar. Yeah, very good at observing battles, Joffrey. Not getting stuck in.
He looks great in gold, I will say.
Looks great in gold, you need the leader to be safe.
Yeah.
So you don't want the leader to be in the thick of it.
Or dead, yeah.
Stay far away.
Beefing with Tyrion.
Exactly, beefing with Tyrion somewhere, for sure. Thanks for the question. Cheers.
Fantastic. I am definitely going to steal the phrase, I strategically made the wrong decision. That's a wonderful way to spin that. And I believe for our last question, we will come to Mario in the front row.
Hey. Hi guys, hopefully you're enjoying everything. Quick question, if you were offered the chance to come back into the world of Game of Thrones and maybe develop your character act, see some kind of behind the scenes action that led up to the series that we know, would you do it?
What is it like? So we're not dead and we get a backstory? Yeah. Absolutely, I want to know, I think I've got a fella in the story, so that would have been nice to find out who my fella is and where my mud hut is and what pets I would have as a wildling, I don't know. What the wildling life, really?
Yeah, yeah. I think people want to see that.
Yeah.
There's an appetite. And you have ideas, Gene, for Tom and I?
A lot, although I'm too old now.
Yeah, we're too old.
too old.
Well, we can. There's de-aging technology, like in The Irishman.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I think we all. Well, I speak for myself. I miss playing Joffrey. I love playing him. So, in an alternative universe, for sure, it'd be fun to revisit.
It feels like it would be a good season to do a what if kind of spin-off. Like,
Yeah.
what if you didn't die? What if this can happen? But,
Or maybe like a kind of a sitcom, like, you know, they had that Joey spin-off for Friends.
Joffrey.
Where it's like we could all be like roommates and get into little mishaps.
On that incredible note, we are outside for this panel. We are going to do a picture with the audience behind us, if you just hang on for a wee second. But first of all, folks, a big round of applause for your Game of Thrones panel.
Thanks, guys. How do we do?
Thank you so much for your time. But, folks, when we get to the queue, if you can jump around screen, make as much noise as possible. 3, 2, 1. Folks, once again, give it up for Dean, Jack, and Natalia!